Hi, my name's John White. I'm currently a liberal arts and sciences student at College Western Idaho. I intend to transfer to BSU, and my goal long term is an engineering degree. Uh, I have had many jobs in the last 25 years. Right now, I am a full time student, father, and uh, currently doing temp to hire work, which could lead to a significant career change. My chosen media was the TV show MASH. This show started before I was born in 1972 and ran all the way up until 1983, according to IMDb. And the reason I chose MASH, it was, as I said, it was on during, on before I was born and through most of my grade school years, and then limitlessly in reruns from that point on. Uh, a big element of the show was the fact that the Vietnam War was still going on when the show started, but the show's set in the Korean War or the Korean conflict, depending on how you choose to define it. Um, because of that, they were able to address the a lot of the issues that weren't being brought up at home about the Vietnam War. What I learned from the show uh, was that you can address pretty much any topic in a comedic way and still be very serious and touch on important issues. Uh, what makes it my favorite is, quite frankly, the writing and the acting. It's phenomenally well done comedy mixed with drama, and Alan Alda is a very funny guy. Now, when I look at it in reference to our book, you could easily go with the reflectionist uh, criticism and say it does or does not reflect the reality of the situation. While while it doesn't necessarily reflect the reality of war, it did do as well as it could to present that in a half-hour prime time comedy series. This is also during the era where people had been seeing live war footage with on the evening news, so the the graphic and over the top nature of that was not necessary to make the point. I prefer to look at it in the narrativist vein because uh, the stories that they told were the essence of the show and why it was so commercially successful and lasted for as long as it did. Now, there are the way they told the stories varied dramatically. They would use the old newsreel style footage, which back in the early days of movie theaters, in addition to your movie, instead of previews, you would get a newsreel with events from across the world. This is generally in reference to a time that was before the standard evening news on television. And I believe that I have covered the bases as far as why I chose MASH as my media form. My references for this were the Internet Movie Database, specifically the MASH TV series page. I also referenced our book, Media in Society, by Campbell, Jensen, Gomi, Favos, and Frechette. and I look forward to the course. Thank you very much.